No.
I like them. As my wife says, I amuse myself. Marks 2.99. I'll wait till 7 o'clock to show you what Captain Billy got me. Ah, boy. Hey, you got your Stewart. Oh, you got your cup. That's right. That's right. You did order one. What do you think? You like it? You got this one, right? Yeah, thanks for the live chat reminder. I got mine on. Yeah, this was I saw that you ordered one. That's cool. Thank you. Spooky Spokane. I got my Browns thing on. Tim, see you out there, Tim? I think you're out there. Of course, Flacco's going to do that because we don't have any receivers. If we had receivers, we'd have a running game. But since we don't have any receivers, you can't run because you can't throw the ball. So I don't care what quarterback you put back there, whether it be Dylan Gabriel or Shedder Sanders, neither one's going to be anything. They're going to both be trash. Until you can throw the ball to somebody like Flacco did to Chase, it's ridiculous. Oh, the Mariners. That's right. Yeah, that's right. My t-shirts came in today too. Very nice, good quality. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear some positive feedback. And if there's any negative feedback, let me know too. I want to hear, what's going on. Um, I need a Monsters shirt. What is that? Cleveland Monsters, the hockey team? I think I did go see them once back when the kids were little. Pretty sure, was that the Monsters? Maybe it was a different. It was Cleveland, but they've changed names, right? Yeah, I saw L.A. Milwaukee got toasted, right? And the Dodgers are. What was that? The Dodgers went. That one guy was pitching and hitting and doing all kinds of stuff. I don't know. I just caught a little blurb of it. I try not to watch too much news. I'm middle of the road everywhere. I mean, just you name the subject, I'm middle of the road. I see good and bad about everything. And like I said, I'm too old to change the world, so I don't bother to try anymore. I know maybe that's a defeatist attitude, but it's the only one I got. Hey, Bobby Mosier, how are you? I know we're early. We are early. What time is it? 6:45. We're really early. But I thought, why not? I walked dogs again Friday night, last night. Um, they've been getting a lot of problems with people not showing up or, they're just busy or whatever, especially when school started again. Um, it's getting to be a problem now. And I actually, I have a 9 o'clock a.m. on Monday, and I actually volunteered for the 7 a.m. What am I thinking? I got to be up at like 6 o'clock, 5:30 in the morning. I haven't been up at 5:30 in the morning since I retired 2 years ago. I don't know what the hell I'm thinking, but I'm going to help them out. So I'll be working from 7. They only have an hour shift, which will probably go hour and a half, and then we take over at 9. So I'll be there for. I'm doing a 4-hour shift. That's just crazy, but they had so many people call off. I mean, I felt bad for them. They had one person. Normally, it takes 7 to 8 people. There's 30 dogs, and that takes 7 to 8 people to get out in time, and they have to feed them. They won't clean the cages, but they'll feed them, and you got to just run the dog out and run them back in. But 30 dogs and some puppies too. That gets a little bit crazy. So I'm hoping they get at least a couple more people besides me. Have you checked your Part D plan? Yes, I did. I went on Medicare.gov. Comes the sirens again. Oh, he was going away. Yes, I did. And I cannot find. Well, I guess I could change and save a little bit of money because there's one that's low cost or zero cost versus my $7.60, but my drugs aren't covered as well as the well care. So I got to put that math together and figure it out. I mean, if it's 40, $50, I may not change. But I got to verify everything and make sure. So we'll see. It is 7 o'clock somewhere. That's right. I try to make your lives a little better. Well, you guys make my lives a lot better. Let me tell you that right now. JNP, how you doing? Hey, Alton. Yeah, the video of the neighbor's Halloween decorations. So when I went fishing, if you saw I actually caught a fish too. Not many people watch that video, but I actually caught a fish. And I said in Alex Karras voice. I don't know if anybody got that reference. It said Buzz fishing, Buzz catches a fish, Buzz loves retirement, Alex Karras voice. That was from Blazing Saddles. You guys got the reference, but anyway. But no, thank you for all of you guys for being here. Yes, I am on live chat, Noreen. Thank you for reminding me. 280 Zone got me already, so that's good. I try to make sure. Yeah, but anyway, so when I fish right down in this one area, you can walk up the driveway and get on the sidewalk, and it's 500, maybe 100 yards, maybe less, 75 yards from where I fish and I park to that house. That's why I kind of did that, was because it was right there. So after my dog walking yesterday on Friday, it was dark because I left at about 5 minutes to 8 p.m. And so I pulled back down in there again and then did the nighttime shot. So it was real convenient for me. It's like on the way home, and so no biggie. But there is another one that I want to check out. There's supposed to be another one that's, there's a lot of them, but there's supposed to be one that's pretty good. So I'll check it out. Hey, Steve, you finished painting the foundation. You got to get that video up. I loved your video from the back of your tailgate there, sitting on the tailgate in that park. Don't retire. That was a tongue-in-cheek. Mrs. Buzz says, you and Steve are alike. You're like brothers from another mother. You both have that attitude that I don't know if you want to call it sarcastic or whatever you want to call it, but that was a good video. We were both laughing. Yeah, you got to do a video of that foundation. I messed around a little bit with the steps again. It seems to be a long project, but there's just a few where I had to do some grinding and cut just to fit some real small sections into where the step met the rest of the stuff. I wanted to make sure it's all, instead of using grout to fill it all in, I wanted to use a skinnier stone. So it just looks a lot better that way. So I did that today, and hopefully I'll grout it. We're going to have torrential rain tomorrow, supposedly, but I'll get that grouted, and then I should be done with it before winter. Randy, how you doing? Captain Billy, there you are. I saw you earlier, blocking your art. Yeah, I know. My Halloween thing's more important right now. 9:29. How we doing? Started before the witching. Yeah, I know. I just started a little early today. See, I was gonna start the grill, and I actually did this time at Sam's Club. I busted the budget a bit, and I bought some little steaks, filet mignons, but they were $39. And I'm like, man, I haven't had steak in so long, so I said I got to do it. Asparagus, and that was like $8 for a big bag, but it was $8. I mean, it's usually in the $8. I'm sorry, it was almost $8. It's usually $8 something. And then we'll have some mashed potatoes. So I was going to do the grilling, and then I just got behind, and I said, I'll just start this, get this organized, and we'll do some eating afterwards. We don't mind eating late. Ain't no big deal. Some people, you guys don't like that. You eat at 4 p.m., 5 p.m., and I understand that, but we've always been a family that's eaten later. So I know it's probably not good for you, but I guess it helps to stop snacking at night. Well, that's what we say anyway. KC, Greg Carlson, how you doing? Nothing more important than Captain Billy. Katie Z, how are you? Ah, you got a pixelated picture. Where's Greg? Greg, I sent you all that information. You were going to help me out. Oh, it's better now? Yeah. Well, the internet for $35. What do you want for nothing? Now that's channeling my what was that, Rubber Biscuit? And what do you want for nothing? Yeah, Steve's "do not retire" was hilarious. Yeah, because I was wondering, what's he talking about? Don't retire. he put that together really well. I was laughing. Me and Mrs. Buzz were both just sitting there shaking our heads. That was great. Yeah, Flacco says hi from Cincinnati. Well, I tell you what, he's got the receivers. The Browns don't. You can't have a running game unless you have receivers, and vice versa. I mean, it's football is not that complex when you come down to it. I mean, it's not. You need to be able to throw the ball. You need to have people that can catch it. Jerry Jeudy, our number one receiver, has the most drops in the NFL. You can't win that way. I wish, and I just read today. I didn't know this. Back when, and you guys won't know about this, but we had so many coaches, right? Freddie Kitchens, he was an interim, and I think they brought him in and for the next year and let him be the coach. You know who they interviewed and they didn't want? And here we go again. Dan Campbell. I just read that today. I didn't know that. And of course, what is he doing with Detroit? But whatever. It's just the Browns will never do anything. Never do anything. Middle-aged grind. How are you? Well, Fuzzy Buzzy. Tiger on fire. How are we doing? Gary the Snail. Welcome to Saturday night. That Bengals game was a nail biter. Yeah, it was. That was a good game, though. That was a good game. I like how Aaron Rodgers he looks like he just wants to kick everybody's butts. Like that one guy, he did the flea flicker, and I read that he wasn't supposed to do that, and you could see it right on camera there. He was chewing the guy's rear end out. That's just funny. Your email's going up $5, or your internet. I'm sorry, your internet's going up $5. I guess that's not that bad, but who are you with? Carly, how are we doing? Oh, Carl Lith. Oh, Carl, yeah, Carl. I don't know why it said Carly there. That's how I read it. Dan Campbell would be a good blue cow. Yeah, exactly. And who else did we turn down? We had the coach from Miami, whatever. We had the coach who's now the head coach of Miami. We had the head coach of San Francisco. We had Bill Cowher back in the day. He was our special teams guy. And could he be the coach? No. Can't take Bill Cowher, so he just takes Pittsburgh to 2 Super Bowls or whatever. No problem. The Browns are just snake bit. They're never, I don't think, in my lifetime, the big Buckeyes win. I didn't see that, but Tim, I just think with the Buckeyes, that's what I don't like about college football is that these strong number one teams play these junky teams, and it's a rout all the time, and I'm just not a fan of that. I sort of like the NFL because anybody could win, so to speak. But in college, they can't. And I know you guys have told me, well, that's, you have to play these crappy teams because that's how they get all their money and stuff. Well, figure out a different way because when you're not having any competition, it's just weird. A little too much. Browns won't do anything, but they will. Yeah, they'll do it, and well, that's when they'll fix it so that they could win. If you had a dollar for every pixel in this video, hey, I'm sorry, man. IU 7-0. Did you have an age where it dawned on you that retirement was different? Was different buckets of post tax money? I'm still trying to figure that kind of stuff out. The YouTube channel, good, nice, but it's screwing everything up in a way. It's complicated, and I don't want to get into it, but I've never had complications like this before, and hopefully it'll be resolved by next tax season. But just everything's so strange. I'm just not used to it. You know, doing this, doing that. It's crazy. So I can't answer any kind of financial stuff for sure because I have no idea what I'm doing. I told Steve on his live. I said, I said he was talking. Somebody was asking about some kind of investments or something like that, and I said I got a hot stock SLI, and I just put like a little bit of money into it, and I was up like $400, and I'm like, yeah, it's I think that's the semiconductor one, and I'm like, ooh, this one's really good, really good. And then Friday they came out with I think they were putting out more stock or something like that, and everybody got out. I'm still up. I think I'm up $1.50 now. I haven't lost anything, but I went from 400 up to $1.50 up. So what do I know about anything? uh, Turning 65 January and still going to work until the end of next year. Do you know if I have to enroll Medicare now? You have to have at 65, I believe you have to do Medicare Part A, which is free. You have to enroll in that. I'm pretty sure. Double check. You don't have to take B, obviously, but you have to take A, which is free. Anyone can win except our team. Yeah, that's right. I sent Buzzy an envelope. Don't know if he got it. He's ignoring me. Yes, I did get it. Yes, I did. Pretty good. I think Connie likes it, so that's all that matters. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I was one of the ones that said leave that color alone because I liked the way it was, but gotta see how it is. Hey, Kaz, how are you? I used to be a college football fan until I worked Saturdays for 34 years. Yeah, that'll put a slight delay. That was back before DVRs too, probably, and maybe you could tape it on the VCR back then. Hey, Doug from Texas, how are you? If you zoom in on my pic, you can see what I sent. Yeah, okay. I guess we'll have to show. I was gonna wait till 7 o'clock, so it's 7 o'clock now. So I'll have to show you what Captain Billy got me. Yeah, Captain Billy, this doesn't fit in my head. All right. I'm only going to do this once, Captain Billy. It's a picture of, I can't even, it's a picture of myself. Now, when you want to talk, let's see, I'm bent over here. Let's see, let me get this straight. I guess if I hold it, is that straight? Let me give it the eyes in there. This rubber band's pulling my head apart. All right, Captain Billy, are you happy? Are you happy, Captain Billy? He made up for it because Jennifer, Julie, how are you? He sent me a Halloween pencil, so I'm happy about that. And what is this? What is this? I don't know what this is. that a rubber stamp or something? I didn't look at it. What is that? And then I got a spider ring. Yeah, it actually matches my shirt. So let me see. Is it a pinky ring? I guess I'll have to wear it as a pinky ring, huh? All right. You happy? You happy, Captain Billy? Got your pinky ring on. You got yours on? We'll be best bros. Doug from Texas. And Julie, we said hello. And Jennifer with a PH. Just got back from San Diego. Cool. Let me get back here. Here we go. Fellow artiste. How are you feeling? Yeah, fellow artiste. All right. Tim Paint Photography, Michigan. Love your channel. Retirement is coming for you. Good, good, good. Hope it comes soon. Tim, hope it comes soon. Ed from Long Island. Took my dog to the vet on Wednesday. 5 hours, one ultrasound, and oh boy. That's one reason I don't want to get a dog. Hey, retirement is underrated. How are you? Yeah, thank you. If you guys didn't get a chance, go see that Halloween video. Again, I'm not a big Halloween fan. I like the kids stuff, like stuff like this. I can do the real scary stuff. I'm just not a real big fan. I get scared too easily. I heard the city of Cleveland's going to take $100 million payout from the Browns to buy out the remaining lease on the stadium. There's nothing wrong with that stadium. No, there's nothing wrong with that stadium. It's all politics. Hey, at least Cleveland didn't move to Baltimore. We went through that once already. I didn't know it was Buzz's Nightmare Garage. King Wicked one. That's right. You think it's a stamp? Okay. I know. If I was only 6, I know. Where's the envelope? The candy's in here. He actually got us gluten-free candy. I was hoping for full-size bars, but he got me some squished paydays. They used to be bigger. First, I just threw that one on the floor. Oh, and I got a pumpkin sticker too. So can I take this and put it up somewhere? Does it peel? I don't have fingernails. Does it peel? I don't think it peels. Payday, because it's gluten free. It actually said that on here too. I couldn't believe that. See how he's thinking of us? Right up in the corner there. See where it says there? Gluten free. I'll be darned. I didn't know that. Mrs. Buzz will probably get both of them. She said if it came from Captain Billy, should we check it like we used to check the kids' candy? I said, I think we should take it up to the hospital and x-ray it. John, I'm back. Last Saturday, multiple birthdays with cousins. Great pizza. That's good. And retired. How are you? It's a stamp. I'm going to open it right now. I don't want to get behind because then you give me crap if I get behind, Captain Billy. So retired and loving it. How you doing? You're coming home from a bus trip to Chattanooga. Oh, I can't wait to see those videos. Just watch your video on the high seas. It's just affirmation for me not to go cruising. I can't even imagine trying to sleep when you're rocking like this. Man, I'd be so sick. It wouldn't be good. Yeah, Brewers lost. Great season and some free hamburgers. Yeah, there's always next year, as they say to all the Cleveland teams. Southeast Wisconsin, 75. I know it's beautiful. We're supposed to get that rain, but we're at, yeah, it says heavy rain on my computer here. But I think we were, man, did we touch 80 degrees today? I'm not sure, but felt like it. I keep hearing about expensive vet bills. Yeah, that's why I just like walking the dogs. The envelope, I tore it up. It's in the house somewhere. I keep a couple in my car in the event of emergency. Captain Billy and Kaz and Noreen is there. Da, da, da. I can't have pets. I can barely take care of myself. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get to that point someday. There is a couple of dogs I was looking at. Every week I see some dogs I want to take home, but haven't done it yet. Our Rotary group and community members picked up trash on Emil Long Divide Highway. Used diaper. Yep. You found $6 in the weeds. Cool. We used to do that for down at Rocky River. They would have basically they would put it on Facebook or somewhere. I don't remember where they would do it, but they'd have one day a year where they do a cleanup, and they bring trucks along, and you just haul all the stuff out of the river. I did it one year, and it was fine. We got but I didn't find $6 though. Watch my 9-year-old grandson play tackle football. They even have cheerleaders. Oh, that's cool. At 9 years old? Interesting. Yeah, vet bills are horrible. Yep. I spent 4 hours yesterday making all the peppers from your garden. Oh, cool. Why do I bother? What about the envelope now too? Sun is setting, it's still 70. Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? We had 280 zone finally got 84, huh? Well, you had 76 last week, I think, or Wednesday. Just talked you out of a pet. Well, our dogs, the 2 dogs that we had, I have taken them in to the vet, but we never had any major issues. So I think getting a dog is still it's good to do. But popping $5,000 for some kind of issue, that's tough to do. All right, here's the stamp. Let's see what's on the stamp. Let's see. I think it's a dried out stamp. Hold on. Well, it's kind of dried out. You're right, Katie. If I was 6 years old. Hey, it's the thought. It's just like Christmas. It's the thought that counts. So Captain Billy's trying. I have to say, my daughter came over and was looking in the garage. She was looking in the garage and she said, "What kid drew that art? Who sent you that?" And I said, "No, would you believe it's a person who's fairly older?" She goes, "No." I thought it was funny. I forgot that was a couple weeks ago when they were over. Oh, for the clam bake, yeah. Envelope was the best part. You had stuff written on it, but yeah, okay. Wife just dropped off a whole bunch of blankets over to the Humane Society. Almost, yeah, a bunch of kittens. 82 degrees. Oh, that was 82. Yeah, we're at 75 right now. At what, 7-11. So that's pretty good. But like I said, we know we're gonna have some rain tomorrow. And it's supposed to stay pretty warm, I think. Carlos, how are you? Carlos. I don't know about you, Carlos. Kitties and puppies are best. They're worth every penny. Did he chuck the envelope? Yeah. You're going to make me run in and get the envelope, really? Yeah, you know what you can do, in case you didn't know that, a lot of, especially our place, um, you can foster a cat or a dog, and you don't have to keep it. You can send it back anytime. So take a dog, and what they'll do is they'll a lot of times when you foster, they pay the medical, they pay for food, they take care of the dog while you have it or cat. And I was thinking if I do that, um, I will go with the foster route. So in case there is any medical issues before now the drawback is if they get adopted, you have to bring it back so that they, because it's still on the website, it's adoptable, but it's being fostered. So you'd have to part with it. I don't know all the details, but I know they take care of you for medical. They take care of all that. So fostering, if you're not crazy about the expense, might be a good idea. And then, yeah, don't get attached don't get real attached. Get another one. If that one gets adopted, get another one kind of thing. And that might be the route that we take too. But the only problem is I'm afraid that once it's in the house for a couple of months, you get attached to it. They call it foster failure. And I see a lot of that happen. And they don't want to give it up. So, did you notice how the size of Halloween candy is? Oh, they're always getting smaller. Yep. Yep. High prices and yeah, it's sad, but the days are gone when we used to get those big candy bars like this for what were they, a dime? And I think well, I was complaining when I went up to a quarter. I can remember that. That was a long time ago though. We have Cornell Vet School in town for 4 large animals, operating theaters, amount of money available to spend unlimited. Huh. Getting expensive. She's going to have to start earning. Yeah, she's going to have to do tricks with the neighbors or something, right? Get them. Hey, get them on YouTube or TikTok now. I see a lot of cat and dog videos, um, and TikTok too. Yeah, your animals can make you some money. Where did I go? Okay, you want me to go get the envelope for crying out loud? You're becoming a pain in the butt. Gifts are not supposed to be. If you send a gift, you're not supposed to be, condemning how I handle your gift because it's mine. Once you give it to me, you have no say over it. Where hasn't anybody taught you, growing up that that's how it works? What does your family think about you being a YouTube sensation? They rarely talk about my videos at all. They don't watch me. They got enough of me. Hey, Keith, how are you? I also fostered pregnant cats till the kittens were 8 weeks old. Yeah, I know. Who could send them back? It's a trick. I think you're right. Maybe I'll try the drive it before you buy it route for a dog. Yeah, you could try it. Yeah, I mean, you would get it attached, but it also can show you, you know, some drawbacks to the pet if there are any. I would foster my, yeah, the apartment, right? Didn't they charge a fee? Yeah. Adoption. My dog is terrible by other dogs. She's so sweet until another cutie comes in the door. Yeah, that's a big problem. They call that uh, dog reaction or reactive dog. And at the kennel, boy, there's a lot of dog reactive dogs where you just you take one dog and you walk it by the kennel, and that thing's just jumping and teeth bared, and it gets loud. Like, as 4 dogs in a row will do that, and you just hear them going crazy. I walked 3 or 4 yesterday, and there was one that was just so nice. and didn't bother any of the dogs. And that's the kind of dog I would want to get, where if it sees a dog, it's just, hey, how you doing kind of thing. Um, the other ones, I mean, they get a little crazy, territorial, whatever you want to call it. Buzz fast run to Columbus Monday. My brother and me to see our eldest brother down to 120 in hospital rehab with Parkinson's. That's too bad. I hope things work out. But you'll be in Columbus? Okay. Mama cat, 5 kittens. We wound up adopting 2 of them. Humane Society is secretly hoping you will not. Well, I know. Do you have first option to adopt for the pet adopt? I don't know. Jack's back. I'm not sure how that. I haven't really gotten involved in that yet. There's still a lot of open things that I would like to learn. Need to pick up pet insurance. That pet insurance, I've heard that could be a good thing if the price is right. Um, I've heard that could be reasonable. Be careful adopting dogs at the shelter may have issues like what Buzz is describing. Well, when I mean issues is like there's a dog Lottie. I don't know if Lottie's on the website, Maria Arf website, and you can look at those dogs that are on there, and you can get a visual of which dogs I'm talking about. But it's called Lottie. Now Lottie is I don't even know the breed, but it can jump up to my nose. I mean, it can just stand and jump that high, and I don't have a problem with that. Um, it gets excited, and that's fine while I'm trying to walk it. But yesterday, or on my Monday, yes, yesterday, Friday, get the days confused, but it started laying on the ground and then like doing circles, laying down and biting my ankles, and of course the leash is wrapping around my legs, and I have to, and I've never saw that from a dog before. So I've noticed that at the kennel, if they're there a longer and longer time, they get their personalities change. And when the people notice that their personalities are changing, they either take them to the prison, Lorraine Correctional Facility. They have a program for the dogs out there, or they try to get somebody to foster it. When when they can tell, they could sense, and I can see it now too, where the dogs they just can't be confined for such a long time, and it's sad to see. But that Lottie, I was really surprised that Lottie was doing that to me. I think he's just acting out, or she is just acting out because she doesn't want to be in that kennel. And so that one's probably a good candidate to either go to the prison for some training or to get fostered. You have to agree to returning them. Part of the reason I did it was because some of our sons quite depressed at the time, and he loves that. Oh, that's good. Crushing your feelings, blocks my art, tosses my envelope. I have your envelope. It's just in the house. I did adopt a dog who was not socialized. She was a lawsuit waiting to happen. See, yeah. Oh, I heard YouTube has other blurry periods for live broadcast, something in YouTube programming behind the scenes. Yeah, they're always changing stuff. I can't keep up with the way all the changes that they try to do. Research what the pet insurance, right. You have to, any insurance, if you buy insurance, you need to find out what it covers. That's why I said those people that are those car insurance, not the car insurance, but if your car breaks down, that's, to me, that's so much junk. I mean, they're not going to cover it. Yeah, you see the commercial. Oh, my seat sensor went out. It was $900, and they paid for it. Yeah, okay. You paid 400, times 10. You put 4,000 into that, and then you got $900 free. Ooh, wow, that's a good deal. Read the fine print. Captain Billy, go to your safe corner. There was no art on the envelope. He just had some phrases. I don't think there was any art. Anyway, got my trainer involved, but she had, uh, yeah, I'm still thinking about working part time, but because of a tax situation, I can't start until January. My family do not need more junk for Christmas, so a donation to our shelter is the best gift. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Captain Billy, I appreciate all the stuff that you send me. Looks like you have rain around midnight. Yeah, that could be. They said it was gonna. I think the last I saw on the Spectrum News, 8 a.m. tomorrow as they're predicting. But I don't know. That was earlier today. Yeah, John, we'll have the captain come out and get you. He can bring something from Menards and fix your car. Big flock of geese. That's that time of year. But you know what? Around here, I don't think they ever leave. Where are my free Menards gift cards? That's right. Just to hear it once in a while. Ah, Captain Billy, you. I'm gonna send you. I heard that there's this psychologist, psychiatrist. He's supposed to be pretty good. I'm gonna give you his number. I personally don't have a use for him, but I heard he's pretty good, so I'm gonna send you that number and use it if you need to. What's for dinner? I mentioned earlier at the top of the show that I actually broke down and bought $39 worth of steak. So um, I was gonna start grilling it, but then I knew I'd run out of time because I was working on finishing up the steps again. So I'll either do it after this because it's so nice out, or I'll put them in the iron skillet. We'll see. Yeah, I know, Carlos. Yes, I'm hoping that it's enough rain to push some of the trout up the river. And usually, if you get a good rain, you get that level. You saw the river. I mean, it was so low. We'll get that up, and then fish will come up and get by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday type thing. It'll be good fishing again. So I'll be down there again. Usually around fall is the best time to catch steelhead. Yeah, Denise feeling pretty good, JNP. But when I when I went down and I did that video down by the river, I was climbing. I didn't show the video because I put too many videos out that day. I just there was another video I did where it showed I climbed up this like cliff, the sheer rock thing, and had to grab the roots of trees, and it was like a angle like this to get me to these steps that the WPA built, which were blocked off because they were um, stone steps that had broken apart. So they kind of blocked it off. And I was trying to scale that. And I got up there and I had to climb over this fence and do all this stuff. And man, my knee was hurting so bad. And it's just starting to recover. Um, so the shot did help, but then I screwed it up on my own. You're supposed to give the gift for giving's sake, then let it go. Yeah, tell them. Should I send Captain Billy a care package for Halloween? I don't know. He might just go after you if you don't. I don't know. I don't know. I do eat late. We not all the time, but we do. 6 o'clock would be early for us. 7, 8 o'clock is probably more where we're at. Then we don't snack at night either. Steak? No, I didn't win the lottery, but I figured $30. I haven't had steak in such a long time. And then the asparagus was $8, almost $8 for a pretty good size. And then we'll have some mashed potatoes. Daughter brought over some potatoes last week, I think it was. So we'll mash those up, and yeah, it'll be a nice little meal. Soul is infinite. That's why you're one of the good ones. They started out at five, yeah, the 5 cents and a big, yeah, in the machine, 5 cents. Wow, that was the days, huh? Those were the days. St. Jude's. Why is Buzz picture by your name, Captain Billy? Because he got me this. He got me this art. That's actually kind of creepy in a way. I don't know. How'd your knee get injured? I just arthritis. I think I did damage it. I think walking the dog one time up. I was going up this hill. He went left. I went right, and kind of did the split sort of thing. I don't know if that. I did get it X-rayed then, and they said, there's nothing wrong. You're just getting older. Yeah, well, it's been bothering me for years and years, but this last year, it's gotten worse and worse. And the X-ray shows um, on my right knee, the one side, the outer, is got a gap like this, but the inner has got a gap like, yeah, you could barely get a piece of paper through there. So that's not good. Yeah, I don't want to get a replacement. Yeah, you got replacements, Tim? Yeah, I really don't want to. Now, um, I've had two doctors tell me now. One of them that's usually on here. I don't see him today. He reads X-rays. He told me I got maybe I could get through 2 more years before I got to get a replacement. So at 67, that's kind of early, but I'm hoping it'll hold out and just not get worse. Your big meal is 3 p.m. Yeah, it's way too early. We're trying to figure out all the difference between fun size, mini, and snack size and bite size. Yeah, they just use all these buzzwords. I wanted to buy a 3 pound chuck roast, but $30? Where did Steve was saying, was this Steve? Wait, who was that? Was that Steve that was talking about they got a roast? And who was that? I just saw a video. And they cut it in half, but they could have cut it in three. Who was, man? I can't remember now. $10 a pound. Cow better have a sewer. Yeah, ground meat is too expensive. Yeah, we all need giant freezers. Contact a farmer with cows and buy half a cow. People keep telling me that, and I just never looked into it. A hip replacement at 64. That's even worse. I'd probably hold out if you climbing fences. Farewell tour for LeBron. Then wants to be NFL owner. Hey, I go ahead and get the Browns. I mean, he's an athlete. He knows what it takes. Instead of these joke mucks that they got running the show now, I think he'd do a good job. Which Menards? Vegetarian side? Nah, I can't do. Now, that being said, we don't. I mean, we still eat our noodles, gluten free, of course. Our eggs and stuff like that. Meat occasionally. Bacon. Gotta have BLTs with real bacon. That happens at least twice a month. So I can't give any of that stuff up. I'm 65. I got 10 more years to go. Why would I want to give up stuff that I really enjoy? It just doesn't make sense in retirement. Which Menards? Meat and taters hard to beat old school. That's right. I don't know. I keep seeing. Yeah, it sounds like Wagyu beef prices for all beef. It sounds like it. You're right. I uh, I keep hearing about all these people that just do meat only, and they're losing weight and they're feeling healthy. Not the Atkins, but I forget what diet they call that or whatever. But I keep seeing all these people talking about that. Like that's been for years. But in more and more, I keep seeing more people on YouTube and stuff talking about how they're feeling healthy and just by eating all meat. Mrs. Buzz won't go for that at all. So, and I think it's too expensive to try to do that. Peppers, yeah, stuffed peppers because you made those. We split half a beef with our daughter. Oh, that's good. Yeah, you got to have good freezer space. Morning Star breakfast strips are amazing. I've seen those in the store. Hey, a propeller plane finally. Or is that a helicopter? That's a helicopter. The carnivore diet. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, right. And I keep seeing more and more and more about that. New book called 1929. I have not. Keto. No, I think it's carnivore. I think the everyone's right who said carnivore. That's correct. Just send a note that they should be open to watch Buzz's retirement guide to figure out which Captain Billy is it. I could never eat just meat. I need veggies. Well, yeah, veggies and fruit and carbs too, right? But um, they swear by it, and I mean, this has been over 10 years. I've been hearing about this. I just don't know, and maybe it works. I don't know. Mediterranean, keto, carnivore. I mean, whatever. I can. No, not the thumbs up for. Put a glove on your thumb. I thought you said you have deer in the backyard. I do. And I could actually hunt them if I wanted to. But I won't do that. I had a gastric bypass surgery. Protein is 75% of my food now. Oh, is that because you had that? The gastric bypass surgery? Um, is protein you have to have 75% or you're just doing that? We switched to our local butcher instead of the grocery store for meat, and it's made a huge difference in our labs. Better cholesterol. That's interesting, Doug. That's interesting because you think that there's a one for one relationship with that, or is that just maybe there's something else? Or, but that is interesting. The type of beef that you're getting. Because there's corn fed, there's grass fed, there's different, and I guess it all depends on what they eat. I mean, I saw those. There's a video out about how the corn feeds the cows, and you'll have to find that video, but it's kind of disturbing in a way, how they do certain things. So when I hear about the ones that are on the free range, just like the chickens that are out there eating grass and stuff, grass fed, and you can buy grass fed hamburger at Sam's Club. And when we buy hamburger, we usually get that organic. They call it organic. Steelhead trout is pricey too. Yeah, I saw some in Costco the other day, or last time I was there. I saw steelhead. 280 zone, a young deer was in the backyard this afternoon. Cranes were just watching and wondering. Got a friend who retired law enforcement who's doing PI as a side hustle. Yeah, if he's smart enough to do, that would be pretty cool. Magnum PI. Protein has to be high to meet the needs of not losing muscle. I have to take supplements. Oh, I gotcha. Okay. So if you get a bypass surgery, you have to keep your protein levels up. Okay. Hey, Evie's retired. How are you? My friends used to buy a side of beef from the local farm. Gastric sleeve for me. Protein is very important. Okay. I'm fascinated by law enforcement. It takes a special person to do it. I actually went and I took police administration at Tri C when I was young, and I was trying to work full time and do these classes at Tri C, and I couldn't do it. I wasn't getting any sleep, and something had to go, and I had to keep the full time job. So, but yeah, I took a quarter. I think it was a quarter of police administration. I was going to be a cop and leading into a detective kind of thing, but it didn't work out. Hard boiled eggs, yes they are. Agreed with that. Have a local farm delivers beef, pork, and chicken, all free range, grass fed. Now that's good. Carnivore diet. Yep. Police should get 1 million a year. They deal with people at their absolute worst. Well, some places like New York City are gonna have, instead of having the police go talk to the crazy people, they're gonna have psychologists and sociologists go there and do it. So let's see how that works out. Your sergeant in your town. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I'll take an updated crane picture. Captain Billy's not sending me any good art. Did you hear me? I said good art. So, Buzz on the Beat channel. Police artist, a sketch artist. Yeah, that's cool. Nuts are protein. Yeah, they are. I bet you love your nuts. Keep that to yourself. That's right. I'm going into a national chaplain program for side income. You were a minister for years and you never oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, if you have a calling for that, that's right. If you're already in the yeah, it's hard to get out because that's your calling. You know, a lot of dead social workers. Yeah, I mean, I hope it works out, but I don't know. I mean, I think cops are pretty smart about the sociology and psychology, but you know, if they want to try a different thing, okay. Nuts are good. Yeah, with the other end, right, Perry. That's why I don't eat them because my stomach already got problems. So, yeah, you're proud of me for getting the fishing rods out. Oh, I couldn't pass that up. Now, I had a comment that on the metal detector because I had the metal detector in the trunk too, but I just my knees were hurting and stuff, and I said, yeah, I'm not going to do it this round. And I knew I was trying to do too many things there. So, but I did get a comment from a local guy who said he found a old penny in the river not far from where I was by using his metal detector. And he said get a screwdriver because they get stuck in the where the rocks are, you know, the crannies, the nooks and the crannies. And he said he found something there. I would have deleted Captain Billy's Nuts comp. Yeah, you got to keep up. Hey, D, how are you doing? Deeb, Deb, D. I'll just call you D because I like that. Trish, my wife, said she loves the lights and back. Oh, cool. Yeah, all cheap Mark stuff, $2.99, stuff like that. As I said, same as the mask. You might have missed that mask, but Captain Billy one didn't cost me anything, at least not yet. I decided I wouldn't be able to handle the amount of stress associated with victims of crime. Yeah, that's tough. It's been an hour, so I started. No, not yet. Oh, I didn't even write it down. We're not going to start yet, but soon. I didn't write it down. Mrs. Buzz told me, and I forgot to write it down. Where's my marker? What'd you guys do with it? All this Captain Billy stuff over here. I got spider rings. I got pencils. I got to put on my spider ring to do this number. Let's see. How many legs does a spider have? That's not the number. No, we're not starting yet. Let's see if I can remember what she said. We will start very, very soon. Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. See, look at that. Police and ministers have one thing in common. Our ears tend to be better for people than our voice. Throw up $2 in lights. Everybody can't stop gushing. I pour my heart into my pictures. You didn't send a picture. Becoming a community volunteer. Become a community volunteer with your police department. Oh, okay. We haven't started, and you guys, we haven't started yet. We haven't started. We have not started yet. Read my lips. What's that Bush that said that? Read my lips. Hey, a tiny. You know what? I'll have to bring out my violin. You know, that's a good idea. Next Saturday, if I remember, I'll actually play. Who was that? Benny. Jack Benny, right? Was that Jack Benny that played like crap on his violin? I'm blocking your art. Well, I'm blocking the cranes too. Actually, you can see the cranes. That's so funny. You used to play violin? Yeah, I got one. I just have to. I gotta bear down and start working on it. I played it when I got it. I was kind of playing around with it, and then I lost interest right away because I wasn't. I'd rather have an instructor who can at least say, "Hey, start like this, and just keep practicing this until you get it right." And I just haven't found an instructor. I haven't tried to find an instructor yet. So same with the mandolin. I got the mandolin too, both cheap ones. Not they weren't expensive. Um, and I started plucking that, but Steve, I would play that too because Steve did one of those. He made one of them banjo things out of the tins, Christmas tins, I think it was. He made that, put the strings on it and everything. And on his live, he wouldn't play. He says he played it. I didn't. I didn't hear it. So I need to see him play that. Clarinet, 5 years in school. Okay. Oh, you good? You were good, but you dislike practicing. What's your big inside project? Oh, finish in the bathroom. After I did those steps, I feel like I could tackle anything now because I actually those turned out pretty good. Even Mrs. Buzz, she says she goes outside and stands there and checks them out. So, um, yeah, again, I'm finished it off a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And, I haven't grouted it yet. That's hopefully next week I can just grout it and be done. But I'm real meticulous like that. It's just like anything just a little bit out of whack or just, I know it's only steps and it's outside, but they have to be right. Yeah, thank you, Noreen. Learning an instrument, a bucket list. Yeah, I would like to. I would like to learn the instruments. I really would. There's a lot of things. Comedian Jack Benny was an accomplished violin. Yeah, yeah, and he was a skilled musician, huh? Okay. Yeah, I would like to learn. I really would like to learn to play in it. There's a lot of things that I'd like to do before I go, before I walk off the end. If you saw my one video, deep thoughts. Before I walk off the end, I'd like to do some things, and I may not do them well, but I would like to try some things that I've never. I'd like to stand up in front of 20,000 people and sing just for 30 seconds. I can't sing, but I'd like to do that. I'd like to know what that feels like. Um, there's just a lot of little things I'd like to do. Mr. Buzz is tired of the bucket. Yeah, that's true. I play trumpet. See my little circle picture of the bell. Oh, okay. Yeah, my daughter has a trumpet. Matter of fact, we still got the trumpet here, unless we donated it. I'm trying to think now. I think we still have it. Now maybe I'll have to play that too. Yeah, thank you, JNP. I appreciate that. No, Perry, no, I'll get the bathroom done. I really will, because I got to get this tub out of my garage. It's been here a year. Ukulele? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Electric guitar. I would like to do a guitar, but um, I want to try the mandolin first, just because I like the unique sound. It's got that unique sound, and I'd like to just try that. Playing tambourine, I might be able to do that. Karaoke, no, nah, I'm not that good. You've sung in public. The terror is real. My daughter, on my YouTube, if you go way back when I first started my YouTube, my daughter's on there singing um, in a high school thing, and I play that like every month. I play that at least once, just to how it is. Um, but yeah, she was like it was like nothing to her, and I'm like, man, I couldn't do that. It's auditorium full of people. I just couldn't do that. Buzz, you could sing at Camp Randall and Madison for the Badgers. I don't know. The trumpet would sell. Yeah, we're gonna be working on that this winter. We're gonna, as I said, we're gonna try to downsize some stuff, and Mrs. Buzz is all ready for this, and we're gonna sell a lot of stuff on eBay or Marketplace. Give some stuff away depending. So that's going to be a focus for this winter too. Oh, they taking bets when you start a plumbing. How many times you're going to be back, right? Piano is fun. I would try piano too. I would do. We have an organ type piano thing, and my daughter's. We haven't played it. Um, it's in. We haven't really touched her room in 5 years now, but that would be cool to. Yeah, I'll probably play around with that once we start cleaning everything out, and I'll play around with it and see. Maybe stick to singing in the shower. Okay, I could do that. There's a personality test. If you had unlimited time, ability, and money, what would you do? Everything? I'll have to think about that one. Used to play in a polka band, think Wisconsin, also church, and to wake up the neighbors. You know who I watch? There's a The World According to Polka. Check out these guys. They're the Chardon Polka Band. Um, Captain Billy might know of them. The Chardon Polka Band, The World According to Polka. They got YouTube videos. You want to watch some crazy stuff. They go to different locations and stuff, and the guy's kind of a hippie type guy. They're pretty cool. Air guitar, I'm pretty good at that. You sing all the time, whether I know the words or not. Yeah, you do that. Dana's Garden Retreat. How you doing? Happy birthday to you. I think Dana hit 39, right? It's always going to be 39. You sing in the car. Hey, that's one good thing. I should do a video about that. That's one good thing about retirement and when you're driving alone. And I miss that because when I used to drive to work, you would sing, and I don't get that opportunity much anymore because I don't drive a lot anymore. But when I do drive alone, yeah, turn up the radio and um, or Pandora. I use Pandora in the car a lot, and I have the free subscription for that, so I listen to the commercials. But yeah, I'm singing like crazy. But I miss that because I used to, I had the 95 mile round trip, and now I can barely get in the car. I have to just sit in the car, I guess, and you finger picking on the guitar. Oh, that would be cool. Polish Power, that's right. Polish Power. My husband had a beautiful singing voice. He's done a lot of performances on stage. Oh, cool. Herb Alpert at his concert the other week in Milwaukee. Sang his. Oh, okay. So you went to that? 49, but you could say 39. Yeah, I didn't want to say nothing, Dana. I didn't want to say anything. Chardon Polka Band is okay. All polka style covers classic rock songs. As you like that sort of thing, they're on YouTube. Yeah. I see a new album in the future. Buzz and the Captain sing the hits. We could probably do that. You were at the gym and they kicked you out. I didn't know they closed at 7. Why would they close at 7? That doesn't make any sense. Singing is great for the soul. Favorite band? I got too many to mention. My wife sings along with Alexa. She cleans the house. I put my headphones on. It must not be too good. Chardon, Ohio. Yeah, you have to, Kaz, you'll have to look up the Chardon Polka Band. Polish Power, Hal Kielbasa and Kapusna tonight. I lost my kielbasa down the sewer. Kapuska. That's a noodle, isn't it? I know they're early on a Saturday night. They turned out the lights. Yeah, we're going Carolyn this Christmas. That's right. If we don't get shot between the eyes, by doing that, nothing will get us. All right, 0 to 100. If you new people here, we do a $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. If you can guess a number between 0 and 100, the number is written down, pre-written down by Mrs. Buzz. Well, I wrote it, but she gave me the number. And hopefully one of you will be able to get it. And first one that gets it, I may not see it, but the first one that gets it, 22 and a half, I don't think so. I actually have to pay attention here too. 16. Oh, a lot of fence, huh? Okay. 11 pounds. Oh, dug them out. Okay. Let's see. I don't see it yet. Probably passed by. I'm not good at paying attention sometimes. There was a couple close ones there. So Mrs. Buzz picked a good one. It's stumping all of you people out there. Yeah, she picked a good one. I think Stuart's been tracking them. There it is, Gary the Snail. Make sure that there wasn't a 54 before that, but it looks like Gary the Snail got this one. Juan, you almost got it, Juan. Almost. Let's see if there was anybody else before Gary the Snail. Let's see if there was anybody else before. Gary was first. Okay, thank you, 280 Zone. I don't know how you do that so fast. I just cannot believe it. Gary, email me. All my videos, 99.9% of my videos have my email address in the description. So just make sure you email me at buzzretirementgarage@gmail.com, and eventually I will get that to you. It might be a couple days. I could do it tonight. I could do it Monday, Tuesday. So you never know about me. But congratulations. You weren't even close. Yeah, I was surprised. That went pretty long. Oh, you can go shopping at Buzz's store. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, just make sure you email me. So who wants me to go in and get the envelope from Captain Billy so I can stop hearing him whine? All those who in favor of me going running in the house and getting it, raise your hand. All those that could care less, just give me a thumbs down. Not true. I don't know why that's so funny. All right, that's enough yeses. I'll go in there. Okay, I'll just run in and get it real quick. Don't go anywhere. Sheaves? All right, I got it. Now, I don't know why everyone's so worried about that. I'm back. Robert, I'm back. Now you can talk about me. That's all right. Oh, you got to see the art. Okay. All right. Here's all he sent me. You know, this is why I didn't want to. I didn't bring it out. So the back said, "Find inside one complete Halloween fun package." Let's see if I can. And then it says up here, sealed with Captain Billy's DNA, so you could grow your own Captain Billy. So I wasn't going to touch where he licked it, so I ripped it open here, which common sense, right? You don't want his DNA on your hands, so I ripped it here so I wouldn't have to grow a Captain Billy. All right. Now, the other side, it just says the address. So it was Guy Spooky, 123 Scarried Way, Menards Falls, Ohio. The Cult of Buzz and Television Repair. That's it. I mean, I sort of didn't get it. But if it's all about the DNA, I didn't get any on me. No cooties on this guy. I ripped it open this way. So if that's what he was trying to do, was get his DNA under my fingernails, he failed. I will not have Captain Billy's growing under my fingernails. The Cult of Bus, yeah. Dude, I had to go back into the chat because I'm behind. Maybe I'm the one that's behind. I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, all that fuss, all that over that envelope. I mean, you could do better. I'm sure you could do better. But I have to tell you, the post office lady, looks at me like I'm crazy because I keep seeing the same lady every time. And I got another package too that didn't fit in the box, so I get a yellow card, and I had this in my hand, and they always just snicker when they see stuff, and I wonder why. Steel with Spitzer, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that no, that Doug, that envelope's going right in the garbage. Yeah, especially that one that Noreen, that one that he wrote was Buzz's Love Shack, and it was a different guy, and he looked at me, he handed me, and he's real he's like a government guy. He's like, you know, well, you have to sign for this. The other girl just here and laughs and hands it to me. This guy says, I want to check your ID. I want to. It's like he's looking at a Buzz's Love Shack. And I was waiting for him to crack a smile, but he just kind of looked at the package and looked at me. And I was like, man, that was the worst one. You're going to mail something to give to the post office lady? Okay, I could do that. Oh my gosh. Say, Captain Billy, are you happy now? Yeah, challenges and yeah, you guys are doing well. Captain Billy's doing a heck of a job, especially when you get something like that's too big for the. Because I just got, you know, actually I should have just got the smallest you could get, but I got the next size up, figuring that's good enough. But they told me as long as you're not getting too many packages, you can just get the small one, and they just stick the card in there because a lot of things don't fit anyway. So they give you a card that says go to the front desk. You know, it's no big deal. So my next time, I think I got 6 months program. So the next one, oh, but then it would change the PO number. That's why I didn't do it. So we'll see. No, Carlos. No, Carlos. Let's not get you involved in this because no, we're not gonna get you involved in this one, Carlos, because yours was a heck of a lot different. Post office lady is not getting my buzz mug though. Where's Carlos' box? Oh, Carlos sent me something I can't even talk about. Can't even talk about. But it was I have to I'll tell you this. Carlos's box was the best thing I've gotten in probably maybe, just maybe, all of my life. Now are you intrigued? I think I take that back. There was one time my wife and I was going to do a video about this at Christmas time. My wife, there was a when I was about 7. My uncle gave me a James Bond attaché case. It had a camera in it. It had a buzzer where you opened it up and the alarm would go off. It had a little telescope. It had an antenna. It had a little radio. I told Mrs. Buzz about this thing. I said, man, it was the best gift I ever got. I was telling my aunt and uncle. I said, man, I just remember that. It was like I took it to school. I was cool. You know, I was 3rd grade or something. I was really cool. And I was like, man, that's really nice, you know? And one Christmas, I don't remember, was it 10 years ago, 12 years ago? I opened a Christmas gift, and it was one of those James Bond boxes, mint condition, had everything, the money, had everything. And man, I think I cried for a week. That was the best thing. Carlos's was the second best thing ever. So, and it was full of weed. That's right. No, but Carlos is in California, so do the math. Gummies. I have the case. Yeah, I have the case. So like I said, I'm going to do a video about it come Christmas time. No gold, only some old silver and copper. A human head. Oh man. I think with Halloween, that's probably something you're going to start seeing now. These, nah, I better not get into that. Yeah, we can't say that too loud, Carlos, because any gifts that I get are actually the IRS wants to know. A goat head, yeah. No. Well, that's a horse head. That was from the mafia, right? The horse head. No, that was John Belushi. No, that was the mafia one, right? The horse head. Hey, Punk Basin covers. Where have you been? We've been here for like 2 hours. Joe Flacco jersey, yeah, number 16, Cincinnati. The Godfather, yeah, it was the Godfather. What was I thinking of with that was Animal House. They had the horse in the bed in Animal House too, didn't they, or something like that? 35,000 that the IRS got pink slips. Oh, then I should be good to go. You really like the magnet? Oh, that's cool. Me personally, between you and me, I think they're overpriced for what you get, and I'm going to talk to them about that. Yeah, it won't. Yeah, it's flat and it won't. Yeah, it's I. And again, uh, that's one thing I think. To me, it should be $5, and I'll talk to them. The shipping is standard shipping, but I can't see spending $10 for that magnet. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but I'll talk to them about that. Weird to be here for a Saturday live in Maine, visiting with my parents and no kids. Wow, if all right, wait a minute, hold on. You have no kids. You're visiting your parents. That means you know every nook and cranny of the home. You're with your wife. And you're on here talking to me. I can think of one other thing I would be doing instead, unless you already did that. Next Saturday, 25th, for us, some of the kids will be dressed up like brewers racing sausages. Oh, that's okay. Take some pictures. I like how it's flat and won't knock. That's good. You definitely declare my art on your taxes. I was only a few pennies worth of copper. Carlos, it's a thought that counts, and let me tell you, I appreciate it. 2 paydays, spider ring, and a sticker, 12 cents on your income taxes. That's right. No, I somebody was telling me that. I was watching this video. Oh, it was about like this, and a lot of channels get these people that want you to hawk their stuff. And the only one I actually thought about doing, and they come through every once in a while, and they're a legit company. They seem like legit. Like you see people with the electric bikes and everything like that. And I won't do any of that stuff, but they had this chair, and it was a massage chair, and it was a tilt chair. You could tilt up, and I mean, it was like a $700 chair, and they were going to ship it to me for free, and all I had to do was do a video. And I thought, okay, you're going to give me a $700 massage chair, had vibration, it had tilt, or you could, get yourself. I said, man, I would do that, and it was nice. And I looked it up and everything else, and they were legit. They're a Chinese company, but legit. And I thought, man, I should do that one. And then I saw a video like, if they send it to you and you do the video, you have to claim that $700 on your taxes. Now, yeah, you could say, well, they won't know, but technically, if you want to sleep good at night, you have to claim that. And I'm like, no, this is getting too complicated. I don't want to get into all this stuff. Oh, no wife? Okay, that's why. That's why he's late. uh, our refrigerator ought to be declared a hazard zone. You got a lot of them, huh? How much is the taxes on love? I don't know. We have to look that one up. That depends on which state you're in. 280 zone. Did you post any more videos? How much for love? I don't know. That's interesting. Okay, let's see. Okay. Yes, they're sleeping. I'm here for good reason. Learning what to do many years down the road. They'll no longer with us. End of life planning and preparation is very important. There's a video that I'm going to do that I keep telling you I'm going to do it. And I'm just so, I don't know how to do it. I just don't know how to do this video. I want it to be a 3-hour video, and I'm debating whether I should do it in parts or how. But then again, it's one-sided, only my side and me and Mrs. Buzz's side. But it has to do with the same thing with planning and what to be careful of. And I have a real life example of what to be careful of. And people will say, "Well, that won't happen to me." Well, guess what? We didn't think it would happen to us either. We had no clue, and it did. And eventually I'll figure out a way to get this video out. I just don't know how to do it without getting all crazy. But I'll figure that out. But yeah, that planning for the future and planning for the in-laws or your parents in this case, there's a lot of tough decisions that have to be made. And if they're willing and if they're able, it'll go smooth. But if they're obstinate or have issues with what you think versus what they think, then it could get a little difficult. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up taking care of it anyway. So, it's kind of sad, kind of the way it goes. Saw a guy going to get a free mower for prom, then he would wound up having to return it. He took a pass. Oh, okay. Buzz, I think you might be Browns quarterback by the end of the year. I could be. I could be. They don't need a quarterback. They need receivers. You're just going to live forever. Yeah, I know, John. I appreciate you being here. We're gonna be going too. We've been on here an hour and 15, so we're gonna get out of here. I no longer have living parents. We need to do our planning though. Time won't wait. Yeah, I mean, it sucks to have to think about that, but it has to be done. And I'll just tell you a quick story. Um, the neighbor before Mark moved in, um, the house was being sold. The neighbor had passed away. Her husband had passed away, then she passed away, and another whole story behind that. But the house was for sale, and we asked our in-laws. We asked them and said, "Hey, they're in their 80s, um, touching 90s," and I said, "Why don't you move over here because the home was for a paraplegic. It's got wide everything at the shower that you could wheel a wheelchair right into the shower. It's set. It's perfect. Um, it has washer and dryer on the first floor there. There's no basement. It's for them and it's pretty good size. And for them it would have worked out really, really well." And they said no. Well, of course, we had to keep driving over their house to help them out. We had to keep driving over their house to take care of everything where they could have been right here. So they didn't have the foresight to, that would really help us if we moved next to you, because then you could be there to help us every single day. Whereas by staying where they did, we spent more time traveling and going over there, and they didn't really realize that. And they just didn't want to move, and I can understand that, but they didn't think of how it would have helped them if they would have been right here. I could have took care of everything for them, and me and Mrs. Buzz, we would have took care of everything, but they didn't have that foresight. And then, like I said, then we started going over there every day and driving all the way over there and back, and yeah, I mean, it was fine, but it could have been so much better, but they couldn't see that. So once you get to a certain age, I guess, you don't want to give up everything your home that you've had since 1963. You don't want to, but at the end of the day, sometimes you got to give it up and for the benefits of what you're going to need when you're elderly. So, but water under the dam now. So I need to do a picture with that for Buzz. I did those in 7th grade. Please admit that you are officially a success in retirement. Not me. I sent an art to encourage everyone to send something. You see how well that went. Where is your art? What, that stuff behind me? That's old. You're supposed to give me something new. I'll try to find some time. Well, you could have done it at the gym because it was closed. All right. Anyway, we're going to get out of here. I'm going to have something to eat and watch the Browns tomorrow. Supposed to be raining like crazy, so raving lunatic. I'll try to find some. Okay, yeah. So I appreciate everybody being here. See, we're at 93, 82 likes. That's cool. Hopefully, Captain Billy's not mad at me. And if I have to, remember what was that show? Was Sheldon? And remember when he got Spock's DNA? When the girl gave him Spock's DNA, I thought that was a good show. I thought about that when I read that from Captain Billy. Yeah, you're sending the rain? Okay. Yeah, Tim, we got to beat this. If we can't beat the Dolphins, that Big Bang Theory, thank you. Remember that episode where, what was the girl's name? She gave him that napkin. It had Sheldon's, or not Sheldon, but Spock's DNA. That was one of the best shows. Penny, yeah, thank you. That was one of the best shows ever. Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. We'll go in there and get something to eat. So hopefully next Saturday If you can make it Wednesday at 2, great. If not, Saturday we'll be here back at 7 p.m. I'm only giving you the napkin. Yeah. Well, Penny was the love of your life. I was always fond of an Elf, the dark haired girl that used to sing, that was singing in the shower. And Elf, I got a weird sense of humor, but remember when Elf, he was in the bathroom singing with her, and he turns around and he runs into those lockers? That's my kind of humor. I laugh every single time I see that. But whatever her name was, I like her. But Penny is the love of your life, huh? All right, Tim. You're dying for a pizza. You can't have pizza. You're on a no carb diet. All right. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and yeah, Zoe. Thank you, Captain. I know you would always knew who all these people are. Um, I liked her in that show, or in that movie, I should say. I try to follow up on her career a little bit, but I don't watch a lot of. I watch old stuff. I don't watch new stuff rarely anymore. All right, promise we're gonna go. I know Captain Billy wants to keep going for another hour, but we're gonna get out of here because I'm hungry. Unless Captain Billy will feed me, I can stop over, Captain. It's a 20-minute ride. I could be over there. What do you got for me? Got something for me to eat? And not a 3-inch payday bar either. I mean, you could have got full size. Not that I'm complaining, but full size payday would have been a lot better. What else is in here? That's it. Probably the. I should probably what's this plastic bag? I don't even know what's on it too. Looks like there's some remnants in here. So some flat. I got flat paydays for dessert. See how squished they got? I think the mailman squished them. That's some pizza for you, huh? No, no pizza tonight. Plus, she has to eat gluten. I did buy at Sam's Club. They had the $3 off the round pizzas. Um, Barons, I think they're Barons or something like that. You get 6 cheese and 6 pepperoni ones, and then I add onions and pepperonis to the one with just cheese. That was $3 off, so I did buy that. Don't put your head in that bag. I don't know if it would fit. What was that Cher movie with the kid who had the elephantitis or something? That's what this reminds me of. You used to love paydays, so I got 2 I could send you. I wonder, Noreen, what's yeah. It's just like I said, I might have to take these up to Southwest General and have them go through the X-ray, just to make sure. I don't see any holes in them. But Captain Billy, the artist that he is, he could be pretty sly about how he did this. I'll have to check it out. All right, I got to get going. Thank you for being here. We'll see you next week. Captain, Captain, Captain.